Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the like to Akim Wa'akwak, learning, teaching, in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit, your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, we got some Minnesota madness, baby. That's what I'm going to call it. Minnesota madness. You know, dealing with that situation and the fact that it's simply further stoking the flames of civil unrest, right? Sedition among men. Americans are feeling the pinch and the squeeze. ICE is doing their job, right? Get a hold of so-called immigrants and just whoop ass wherever you go. Don't matter if they're a citizen or not. You had that white woman, I forget her damn name, who got, she got 3 let off in her can, right? She got her can peeled or her can opened, and you see the aftermath of it in Minnesota. And so I just got a bunch of different clips I'm just going to let play. People protesting and clashing with law enforcement, right? And government agents. And this is biblical prophecy, y'all. As Babylon is falling, you see the descent amongst the citizens from the rulers. Hence, what are they going to declare to quell all this madness? You already know, baby. You already know. 2 Edges 15. I'm going to start right at it. 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another." Race riots, literally. "And swords in their hands." And today that represents, the guns. The modern swords, the weaponry of today is the guns. "For there shall be sedition," meaning a rebellion against the government, "among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So, what this protest highlights is this sentiment that's developing in the minds of Americans. Excuse me. They're sheep over here in America, right? The food has people docile and dumbed down heavily. Nevertheless, we see that spirit being raised up. And of course, sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes, right? Motherfuckers was out there in the streets during George Floyd shit. They was out there in the streets after Trayvon. But we know that according to prophecy, one of these days, y'all, this is going to result in something. It's not going to stop. All right. And of course, everything has to happen in order, right? The mark, World War III, all that good stuff. Not saying that this event is going to be what sparks it all. Just this is an example of what it looks like. All right, so let's get some clips. Let's let it play. Let's see what we can find out. What happened? What all happened?
Things can be true. She made a stupid decision, and this cop acted like a piece of shit little bitch and decided to shoot her and take her life. It doesn't matter that she reversed. It doesn't matter that she was trying to get out of the way. Somehow, in your guy's head, you said she deserved to be shot here. Even though he's recording. Why are you recording? If you had a body cam on, you wouldn't have to record. And then he's out of the way when the shot is fired. That's the part I don't understand. You see his feet, both of them out of the way, and then you see the smoke from the shot. So it's like, you can't even argue the logic of timing it up. Then the bootlickers, well, what about the other angle? What about it? There he is. Here comes the car. Easily could get out of the way. And instead, he decides to shoot her. Time it up sync-wise. Let's take a look. I know, from this angle, it may look a little bit different. But as you can see, they step out of the way at the same exact fucking time because he could have got out of the way. She made a stupid decision. She didn't deserve to get her life taken. Is Renee good? And the reason you haven't seen her plastered everywhere is because she is white. If she was brown, she'd be going down. Hey, white, they gotta do the fake care shit. This woman's death is a tragedy, but it was a tragedy of her own making. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. She was a leftist lunatic, of course. She gets on here and lies. She wasn't waving the officers through. Yes, she was. You can literally hear her in the audio say, "Go around." And he has an ego chip and says, "No, get the fuck out of your car." Hold on, let's just watch. Does that not look like a wave to you? Hey, Then you audibly hear her say when they got, "Go around." Ego tripping maniacs decide not to. You lying stupid bitch. They had the audacity to say, "It's hard to believe he's alive, but he's recovering in the hospital." He had to go to the hospital because of that? Bitch. This guy had to go to the hospital. He's the one that was injured, the one that was recording and then shot her 3 times in the face, said, "Someone call 911, like he didn't have a phone in his hand. this dumb bitch, you, as people began to protest, they sent in their agent provocateur. Yo, go burn the flag, rile them up, let's start the riots going. I mean, come on, think about it, people. Leftist lunatics, you think they just have American flags lying around, ready to burn when someone dies? Thankfully, they hunted his bitch ass down. As you can see, he would not remove his mask because he knew he wasn't actually a part of the protest. And people from Minnesota were pissed. They're like, yo, who the fuck are you? Another protest going on.
So I'm just pausing real quick, y'all. There's a lot going on. There's people on both sides of the arguments. People who are mad that she died and people who, you know, are glad that she died because she got in the way of that agent, y'all. But this is the whole point of it being that the spirit of dissension, right? Divination, people with differing minds and opinions, is spread deeply in America. And it's going to, that is the spiritual basis and premise for the reason why they're going to have to declare martial law. So much chaos, so much in order, so much unrest, right? They're going to have to do something. And you're going to have them boys out there with them sticks. And if you ain't listening, you're getting swacked. Let's keep going.
In Minnesota high school, keyword, he decides to throw a snowball. And the IDF soldier decides to return fire with a pepper spray bullet because, you know, a snowball deserves that type of response. That makes sense. While all this is happening, don't let it stop you from realizing that the Trump administration came out loud and said, oh yeah, we're going to deposit the money from our oil sales in United States of Venezuela to these offshore bank accounts. Trump, just a reminder, since I doubt anybody told you, that's not actually how big Greenland is. Like, this is a distorted map, you know what I mean? Because I know in your head you probably think, we need the land mass, but it's really actually not that big. He tried to drive away. The other cop is a piece of shit, racist little fuck. And yes, I say racist because if you join the Gestapo to hunt other people and try to get them out of your country, you racist prick. Things can be true.
So that's the first clip. Let's get the next one, and we're gonna get a familiar face. If you remember our man's Jesse Ventura, what does he have to say on the conversation?
You want to know something? I'll give you a quote. We're a third.
Now, right now, you might not recognize him. So let me go get a more familiar image. Jesse Ventura, right? 74 years old now. Wow. Yep, right here. Hey, and, you know, it's funny. I mean, some of the brothers was recently watching him. Remember, that's a old boy that played in Predator. You know, he's ex-military, wrestler. You know, he's done movies. You know, he's a famous dude in American pop culture, right? He's older now, so he's a bit forgotten. But this ain't just no random old whitehead speaking, all right? You know, he knows his shit. And then he hosted that show, that conspiracies show. If y'all remember, you know, you had that famous clip where that lady, she's like, yeah, and as soon as we get done with this conversation, I'm hopping right back on the jet and you're getting the fuck on. So he's you know, he's in that spirit of not trusting the government. Let me type in conspiracy. Yep, conspiracy theory with Jesse Ventura, right? And it's, you know, they use that term to make fun of people who, you know, understand that the government will do secret things. But he was the host of that show, right? You know, it's funny how counterintuitive it is. It's like a joke in and of itself. But right here. So let's see what Jesse had to say on the situation.
You want to know something? I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now. You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf. Right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, they have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and went under dictatorship. We went from nobody to a guy with a machine gun on every corner. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here. Read history. You learn from history. Anytime you have the loss of life that needlessly happens, that's tragedy. And what occurred yesterday did not have to happen. You want to know?
Did not have to happen. Hey, he's all mad. You know, it's funny. You know, when Jake gets shot down, fuck the Jake, he deserved it. You know, it happened to a lesbian, loving white woman. Everybody's all bent out of shape. But you see all the whole point being, people are all bent out of shape behind this one. People all bent out of shape, baby, and we love to see it. There's more. We need more of it. Let's see some more. Let's see some more protests and whatnot.
Get back! Get back! Get
Boy, he better be glad that was just a pellet. Because if that was the buck, that boy's face would have been down all out in the yard at that range. Would have kicked his head off like a fucking mule. He better be glad. Look, you know, his man came in to separate. Yeah, you better be glad that was just the paint grenade, bro. You reach for his shit, he cocked back and squoze and would have opened your whole cavity up.
Kill someone else! Kill someone else! Go for it! Kill someone else! Get back!
And these are the signs of a falling kingdom. The fact that those boys is out there dressed like that, fully equipped for war, and they're being aggressors towards their own citizens. Why? Because civic law and order is decaying in America, because we are about to step into the time of chaos. These are signs of a falling kingdom, y'all, and the scriptures let us know that these were the kinds of things that were going to be happening as we close in on the end of this man's world. I want to get okay, yeah, give me 1 second. Let me see. I might go to Isaiah, actually. Yeah. Let me go to Isaiah, actually. We go to Isaiah. Oh, that's a bad spot to break down at, buddy. Let me get over one of y'all. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Yeah. This is all good. I'll probably go I'll go to 19. Isaiah 19, right at verse 2, right? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. The Heavenly Father is putting it in the spirit of these Americans to be completely against one another. But this has to happen so that America can crumble. Just like ancient Rome. When you have this people over here believing in that, this people over here, they don't agree with that policy, these people over here, this is disruption of their life, blobbity. What? Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? It can't. When you have the people at the bottom no longer willing to serve, everyone against another, and the people at the top ruling and oppression and cruelty, it creates a spirit to where the people that are on the bottom begin to what? Rebel. And that's what we're seeing. Hey, all memes and uploads and getting your coffee, all that shit is gonna stop. One way or another. It's gonna be full blown out here. Everybody's gonna be outside. Ain't nobody gonna be bored in the house or in the house bored, like bitches was saying in 2020. Either you gonna be getting did in or you gonna be doing them in. That's what it's gonna be. And us, Lord willing, right, the hopeful elect, we're trying to be saved. So while these people are ripping and running and losing their mind, Lord willing, through this knowledge, y'all, we're trying to be here. Hey, like it says, if I went back to Matthew 24, it starts going in on 70 AD. We're not gonna be fleeing to any particular place for protection. We're hoping and banking on Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai's divine protection wherever we be, wherever they have us go. Because there's no building or place on the earth you can run to avoid all this. You need the Holy Spirit to be with you to keep you safe. Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That's with this knowledge and this truth, y'all, through giving our lives as a sacrifice to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we're hoping to be protected from all of this absolute chaos when it does break off. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I was thinking of this Job 18. I want to start at Job 18:11. It says, "Terrors shall make him afraid. On every side, and shall drive him to his feet." Right, and now dealing with this Job the 18th chapter, certain these verses aimed at Esau. Right, this man, his people, this empire, it's gonna be bad outside, y'all. Video games and movies don't prepare you for the horrible reality that's coming. Bodies, the famous song, right? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the nigga. Then the drums and guitars start going crazy. It's gonna be like that out here. Motherfuckers' jaws opened up out on the street, decaying away. Bullets, rats munching on folk. They're gonna go lethal rounds. And this is what the prophecy says. This is how America wraps up. Absolute war in the streets amongst the people and the so-called leaders, right? The elite have plans, and all these people, they none the wiser. So there's many of them gonna be getting their heads bashed in until they get the fucking picture to shut up or to comply. What does it tell you? He shall come down with what? Revelation. I'm gonna get some more clips. We just laying the groundwork, y'all. Man, this shit, we're not gonna be clocking in forever. You're not gonna be sending your children off to fucking demonic ass school forever. There's gonna be a day that comes that will be the day to where there's no more going back to normal living. And we're gonna see how it plays out when it does hit, right? A couple more prophecies left. MOTB, race riots, World War III, Return of Our Lord, missiles, all that good stuff. And I'm not saying it in that exact order. Those are just some of the big ones left. And one of them big ones is martial law. When it's complete chaos out here, y'all, we know there's no going back. Hang on. You know what? I'm gonna just get this first. Revelation 12 and 12. Yep. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Hey, and that's one thing, y'all, too. Another thing, those ICE guys and these troops, they like doing it. The guys who sign up to do that job, they don't have no problem busting heads of their own citizens. They thinking about that money. They getting that stress off their chest, right? That steam about their engine. They don't mind blowing a bitch head off, right? They don't mind stomping on a baby's chest. The Lord is gonna, taking it back to the Isaiah 19, he's gonna change their spirits, y'all. They're not gonna give a fuck about what the fuck and who the fuck they do it to. They gonna pull their dicks out and do. You understand? That's why we're making our lives a living sacrifice, so we can be hid from this shit. This is deadly serious outside, y'all. This is deadly serious outside. They don't have no problems head busting.
Step back.
Would you?
They don't care if you trying to come save your wife. They will shoot you all up in your neck. And get a new patch. Get a raise when they get home, damn it.
Step back.
No, don't do that to my man. They will all smack you at one time with billy clubs and burst your head open. This is the times that we're entering into, baby. Leave It to Beaver's dead and gone. Beyonce dead and gone. We like to party. All that shit is gone. We're in the time of war, a time of hate, a time of death, a time of loss. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, damn it. They will whoop you and your wife together and throw both y'all in a fucking coffin. He try to come in, boy. Y'all shouldn't even been out there.
Step back.
They not playing with y'all, man. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Mom, whoop, they'll fucking stick a double burr on your mouth and top you and blow your fucking top off in front of her, bro. Get your giblets in her mouth. They don't give a damn about none of that. This is the reality. America lied to you. We don't get flying cars and teleportation like in the Jetsons. This is the reality of the world that we live in. And this is out here in Detroit. Hey, it's too cold to be out here marching. If you ask me, I ain't protesting for shit in the cold. Right? But you see here, y'all, people are all bent out of shape about this.
Stop supporting ISIS crimes! No more! City Council, cut the ties! Say her name! Say her name! Say her name!
So there's that one. I got another one.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. And I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. They are all...
So, apparently this is the mayor. Get the fuck out of me, yeah. Bro, hey, everybody, y'all, as we're seeing one thing here in America right now, as we get closer to the end, the professionalism is going out the window, right? Decades ago, saying words like that publicly, would have people, it would have made your grandmother drop her teeth, right? But now it's become the norm. The decorum and the elegance that America used to try to uphold is quickly down the drain. And who's one of the guys who helped him to forward that? Trump, right? This system is losing its eloquency. That's the mirage, the great lie that they've been able to hold up about being peaceful, great, and loving people. It's all a lie, y'all, and they're being exposed. They're being shown as the mean, hateful thief who goes around robbing, stealing, and killing. And so now the world is angry, and its own, this country's own citizens are angry. Taking it back to Isaiah 19. We read 2. I'm right here at 4 now. It says, "The Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord." Right, and as the apostles say, this very well may be Trump, right? An evil leader who's ruling horribly, a tyrant, right? Ruling in absolute power. It says, "Will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord." Yahweh of hosts, right? And when you have somebody ruling in cruelty and in evil and hatred, y'all, it brings the spirit of the people down. What is it? Proverbs. That's why you have people protesting, because they're unhappy with the current estate of their country that they've been told their entire life is supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, and it's not. You have no freedom, faggot. Duh. They're telling you the Constitution was just a piece of paper. What that one nigga say? I got to just a piece of paper. That's crazy. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So let's use some brain power. Are people happy in general in America right now? Fuck no. So what does that mean? That means there's a wicked conglomerate of folk who are orchestrating things that cause nothing but pain and suffering in the average person's life. That is inarguable. Going back, and I'm gonna let one more homie speak.
They are.
Oh damn! I should have let that right there. You know, when you load back in Instagram, sometimes it'll bring up a random clip. I should have let that one play, but it was a clip of Issachrite getting arrested right out of Target. Apparently, he was illegal, but ICE came and snatched him up out of his job. A young blood. He was probably between 18 and 21. Young blood. They do that. You know, they got your eyeballs covered, so you don't know where you're going. But anybody, you know, anybody that eye, you could really cover in somebody's eye. I'll just put it to you like this, y'all. There's tactics to get an idea of where you're going with your eyes covered. You know, nevertheless, Esau's coming with that heat. I'm gonna let my man speak. God damn it.
Just like with George Floyd. We not gonna, what? We gonna tear this motherfucker up. That's what the fuck has to happen. Does anybody know why we're given the Second Amendment right? Google it. It's to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. That's true. The police are
That's true. Hey, that's the world's version of saying that's right. He said, Google it. The second to protect against a tyrannical government. That's true. Hey, when motherfuckers in the world is shouting that, bro, this shit is like a fucking, just a big meme episode. Everything. But they're dead ass serious, right? If they're not agent provocateurs, they're expressing their grief and their frustration in this wicked ass country, rightfully so, right? This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Atlantic Ocean to the New York Island. All that shit's a lie. It's all been a lie. And you bought into it. Our parents bought into it. Our grandparents bought into it. Beaten, stricken, and weary. But still had the illusion of America. But you can't dream forever. And when we awoke to hell. And that's where we're at with this shit now. And so we're waiting to be saved out of this hell. And these people have no hope in this wide world. So they're complaining.
To be on our side, fighting, pointing their guns at the fucking government. It's the facts. It's not for honey. It's not for self-defense. It's to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. It don't get no worse than this. It don't.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I know that's right.
What the fuck? I have a little baby. I have a little fucking baby, man. And it's like I had to adopt her to protect her from this shit. You put a baby to my gun's head, you put a gun to my baby's head, I'm gonna hurt somebody. That's what they're doing to us. I'm not Hispanic, I'm black. I just be sitting home, smoking my weed, enjoying my money. But I'll die about this shit. I don't have no quality of life left. And if you think you do, you're fucking nuts. We don't have no quality of life left. My wife is a doctor.
You fucking nuts. No quality of life. It's bad in Babylon. It's bad in Babylon. We working around the clock. We dealing with, you know what I'm saying? You eating shit. You breathing shit. Your kids is watching shit. It's overworked, underpaid, undersexed. You stuck with one bitch. She hates you. You hate her. Government, Uncle Sam on your ass. This is life on the earth. Come on now. Come on now.
Demented. She has her work permit. It's legit. She won't go to work because they'll take her still. They're taking people that have documents. They're taking kids. They're doing all, you guys, this is where the world ends. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. They go snatch the president of Venezuela. But our fucking president is a sex offender. Why are we not the White House dragging him out? By his fucking collar. That's where we gotta go, you guys, the White House. This is only gonna go so far. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, you guys. This is bullshit. You can just abort a baby, just like with George Floyd.
This is bullshit. Hey, bro, he was a little spirit hopped on him. And, you know, that's funny. At the end of it, he was about to mention abortion. So, you know, he was about to lose half the crowd with that one. Because you could tell there's some little demonic feminists in the crowd with their little chants of victory. But, yeah, y'all, everyone is divided in this mug. And it has to be this way. And this is glorious. I love seeing this. Fuck, you know, motherfucker, Love Island. Nigga, fuck Love Island. This is what we need more of. And this ain't just entertainment. This is reality. Because the more discord that is sown in the world, it forces prophecy, baby. Right? It you know, it makes the wheels turn. It makes the wheels turn. So this is, you know, just a prophecy. Watch, seeing what's going on in the world, the uproars of the people. I'll end on that. It's just another one of them things. Obviously, we're not saying martial law will be declared tomorrow, but things like this, y'all. These are the bread crumbs. These are the bread trails. When we're in the kingdom, like I said, when we're looking back on what led up to this great event, these are the instances here and there, right, sprinkled about that we're going to be looking on. Oh yeah, you remember that? Oh, you remember Jade Helm? Right, and of course we're not going to be speaking fucking English. We'll be speaking Hebrew in the kingdom. But we'll be looking back on these events as they unfold, right? You remember 2020? They locked everything down. You know, brothers and sisters, we had to maintain the faith in the Lord, and it got us through, right? We're seeing these things unfold, so maintain the faith. Matthew 24, I'm going to end it on, I want to get, where art thou? Where art thou? Where art thou? Where art thou? There we go. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Oh, no, this ain't it. It's either going to be Luke or it's going to be the second address. Let me do this. I'll just make my life easier. Yeah, okay. Yep, always, yeah. Yep. I always get it mixed up. Second address 9. And we'll start at verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, I was about to say Moses, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars among the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And this is, hey, uproars among the people, right? And you can link this up with the Matthew 24. And Matthew 24, it tells you, right, earthquake, stuff like that. It says it here again, right? So natural disasters, war, the spirit of war in the world, all these things point to let us know that the fucking end is near, y'all. So maintain the faith. Do your shows, do your videos, get your reading and studying in. Pray, fast, study. Pray, fast, study, work, or exercise, get your hustle on, right? All, you know, the things that the I'm butchering it, but you know what the brothers say from LA. We're not going to be here forever, y'all. We're seeing it unfold. All right, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.